So we're at Lake Cascade. Wait a minute.
Cascade.
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 Cascade?
Cascade.
Hi! Welcome back to our channel.
Hello! Alright, so today's episode is about Cascade. Well, a couple parts of Idaho that we went to after we left Twin Falls. We stopped in at Cascade first. We spent about 4 days in Cascade
4
Lake.
days.
Stayed at the Arrowhead RV Park,
Mhm.
right there at the southern part of the lake and the southern part of Cascade town.
We had the river right behind us.
Yeah, the river's right behind the park. Really, it's kind of a neat little park.
It is. It's really cute.
And our first day, we just drove around. We kind of do that when we first get somewhere. We just like to drive around, especially the lakes. If there's a way to get around the lake, I always look for, is there a road going around the lake? And there was.
Or a little park, you know.
So there was a road that went all the way around the lake, according to Google Maps, and we took it. And we realized once we got around, we crossed over the lake. Yeah, we went north and we crossed over the lake on the north part of the lake, and we came to the road that kind of butts up against the mountains there on the west side. And as we were driving down, once you pass the resort, there's like a ski resort right there. As soon as you pass the ski resort, the road becomes dirt. It's all gravel, dirt and gravel. And there's a lot of ATVers that use this road, so it's very ruddy. And it took a while because you could only go like 5-10 miles an hour because it was so ruddy, but it was pretty cool. We got some good pictures.
I liked it.
And while we were on that drive, we spotted a place on the lake called Sugarloaf Island.
Yes.
I think somebody actually also told us about it, and we asked about, cool places to go kayaking, and he said a lot of people try to kayak out to the island.
I think it's like somebody that worked at the park.
Somebody from the park.
RV park.
It's a good tip. Wherever park you're staying at, and we always do this, talk to the owners or whoever's working at the park and just ask them, if you like kayaking or biking or anything like that, hey, where's the best place to bike? Where's the best places to eat? Where, and they'll usually steer you in the right direction. We do have a story from South Dakota where we got steered wrong, but in this case, it was pretty cool. The next day, we brought the kayak out and we went up to Sugarloaf Boat Landing, which is right up there by the island. That was really cool. There's a little cove.
So neat.
Yeah, the boat ramp is right kind of in this little cove area.
What was really neat about this place was that the sand looked like flakes of gold.
Oh yeah.
It was so cool.
We tried to capture it on the camera, but you couldn't pick it up. And I mean, it really looked like little golden flecks all through the sand.
It was so neat.
It was crazy. I think we looked it up, but we can't remember. So if you know where the golden flecks are from, then you can tell us. Leave a comment. While you're subscribing, you give us a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a comment and tell us where the gold flecks come from in Cascade Lake.
And another thing that was really cool was that there was a lot of turquoise to blue and then some gray dragonflies. They were so neat.
Yeah, almost like a cobalt blue dragonflies everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I think we actually have footage of them landing on your leg. So we spent most of the day just kind of beaching out at that little private beach. It felt like it was awesome, very relaxing. And then we did try paddling out to the Sugarloaf Island, but it was so choppy out on when you hit the main part of the lake because of the boats and then the winds coming through there because it was windy.
It is so beautiful out here. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely amazing. You can see behind us, so incredible.
As you'll see on the right hand side, that whole area where it's like that steep bank of the lake, there was all these holes, and I'm pretty sure they're sparrows. Correct me if I'm wrong, bird people, but but there was hundreds of them that had burrowed into the side of this bank, the lake bank on there, and that was pretty cool to see that. And then there were some caves in there too that
cool for him. I kind of thought it was creepy, but I think a lot of stuff is creepy.
There was the caves. She was definitely creeped out by the caves a little bit.
Few little caves. 3 little caves. Ooh, 3 little caves. Wow. What could be in there?
So we turned around, head back to our cove, and spent the rest of the day there, and then
had
lunch home. Remy loved it. Hey. Hi, buddy. Come on. Come on. Swim. Swim to daddy. Hey, where you going? Where you going? I don't think we've ever brought him to lakes before this.
Until the summer, this past summer.
So we didn't know if he was actually going to like the water, and that sucker jumped right in. He loved it. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. A good boy. He's a good boy, man. Let him go. I'm going to follow you guys wherever you go. That's a good boy. Look at him swim. He's a natural. He's a natural. Look at him, he does circles. That's a good boy. And then we met our neighbors at the park. People that were right next to us, Mike and Renee.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We love Mike and Renee.
We got along great with them. We're still friends. They were actually nice enough to give us some footage of McCall, because we actually lost some of our footage while we were in McCall and Coeur D'Alene. So they gave us some of the footage they had while they were there. They go there a lot. We ended up going out to eat with them at the Lakeside. I think it's called Lakeside.
Lakeside Bar and Grill.
Right there in the golf course on Cascade Lake. Cool little restaurant. Really good food. They served a lot of potatoes. And I think that's because we were in Idaho. And Idaho is, fun fact.
Fun fact, Idaho produces the most potatoes in the United States.
In the United States, go figure. So yeah, a lot of potatoes at this restaurant, and they were happy about everything was potatoes.
Everything
it was all
was
good.
potatoes.
And I think it was Mike and Renee that said we got to go to McCall while we're here.
Yeah.
And it was only 30 minutes north of Cascade. It's Little Payette and Big Payette Lake, and the town is called McCall.
Yeah.
So
cute.
that's what we did the next day.
There's a lot of little stores, restaurants. We loved it.
The lake itself is kind of tucked into the mountains. Beautiful lake. Drove around that lake.
And we found out too that is the place, the spot that a lot of people from Boise go vacationing
Yeah,
at.
a lot of people from Idaho go there, and they don't want anybody else to be there. And I don't blame them. We saw t-shirts and hats. It was like McCall's full, go away. Or no, Idaho is full.
Idaho is full.
Idaho is full. So we drove around Payette Lake.
Yeah.
And there's a part in the north part of the lake where a lot of people go into kayak, and we thought about doing that, but it was really busy that day.
Yeah, it was.
And we didn't get out early enough, and there was like no parking. We would have had to park like a mile down the road to be able to.
More than a mile, I think.
Yeah, it was far.
It was packed.
Kayak's heavy. So we just kept driving. Again, dirt road. The eastern part of the lake was dirt. It wasn't really that bad because it was very windy, and we were going slow anyway. We saw a moose.
Yeah.
And that was awesome.
That was really cool.
Really close, and it was almost like I almost missed it. I thought it was a cow at first. What was a cow doing in this lake? Or it was like a little pond area next to the lake. So yeah, that lake was awesome. We're definitely going to be going back there for an extended period of time.
Yes,
and hanging out with Mike and Renee.
Absolutely.
Super fun.
Shortly after leaving Idaho, our friends Mike and Renee sent us this video of a forest fire that was happening right on the other side of Cascade Lake. Isn't that crazy?
The next day we left, and we shot up from Cascade.
Cascade to Coeur D'Alene. We followed the Salmon River.
Yeah, Salmon River you hit as you're coming up, leaving Cascade, you end up running into it. That river's awesome. It's a big river. A lot of
places where you can just like relax.
Well, and there's a lot of rafting.
Yeah.
The big rafts. There's a lot of big raft outfitters out there.
Yeah.
And you'll see them up and down the river like crazy. And we got deer on the side of the river, or I think it may have been elk. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, the Salmon River was amazing. Driving along that all the way to Coeur D'Alene. Coeur D'Alene is a big lake. It's a beautiful lake.
Beautiful.
And we were lucky enough to stay at that Blackwell, I think it's Blackwell.
Blackwell Marina.
Blackwell Marina and RV Park, which was really cool. But it's very busy. It's a college town. There's a lot of boat traffic on the lake. We drove around the lake. There is a road that goes all the way around the lake, a long road, but it's all paved.
Yeah.
And that was fun. That was really cool. Just the different perspectives around the lake, the different views that you see is just really neat. So then we only stayed there for a couple days. Yeah. Again, we only have, I think we have like one piece of footage from there that we recorded, you know, fireworks, and I think we somehow misplayed. I think she lost the rest of the footage. So then after that, we shot up and we passed Lake Pend Oreille.
Lake Pend Oreille.
Which, if you look it up on the map, you're gonna be like, "Where's this Pend Oreille Lake he's talking about?" Because it's spelt like Pendy Oriel or something. I mean, I probably sounded like a knucklehead the first few people I asked about the lake, and they're like, finally somebody was like, "You mean Pend Oreille?" I'm like, don't tell me that like it's obvious when you look at the spelling. It's not. But anyway, we went past Pend Oreille Lake and we stayed just close to Bonner's Ferry in Moyie Springs. That's like the northern tip of Idaho. I mean, we were almost in Canada. 15 minutes from Bonner's Ferry.
Yeah, wasn't that fun?
And there's nothing in Moyie to like restaurants or anything, so we had to go to Bonner's Ferry to eat. And there was a couple breweries and stuff that we went to in Bonner's Ferry. There's some cool history in Bonner's Ferry too that we read while we were there, but it's a lot to talk about. So, but that's a cool place to visit if you're up in northern Idaho with Bonner's Ferry. So we stayed in Moyie Springs at this cool little Indian reservation. I think it's called the Twin Rivers. Twin Rivers RV Park. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, but you'll see a picture of it. We'll throw it up there. And it was beautiful, deep canyon where the Moyie, I think it was the Moyie River meets the other river up there. We'll put that in the title up here, down here. But the way the two rivers meet right there is just it's a beautiful place.
It really is.
Walking if you're walking. Beautiful place.
But
some of us
get a
little nervous.
Scary.
It was actually a little trippy getting there because you got to go down this very steep kind of switchback dirt road to get down to the park.
And it's literally for one lane dirt road getting down into the park.
Yeah, and when we got down, we were going down there, and then again when we were leaving, we were like, please nobody else come, please nobody else come. Which it's a really small park. And
because you have no room to move.
Yeah, and it's just like a drop off on the one side, but it was still really neat. I mean, it was a beautiful area, and you're surrounded by mountains. There was electricity problems there, though. The electricity, and there was no cell signal, no Wi-Fi, so you were completely cut off.
From the
no cell, I mean nothing.
Wish we could have just stayed there in Idaho a little bit longer than we did.
Oh yeah, we'll be back to Idaho for sure. Idaho's awesome. A lot of the places we could stay for more than a few days because we didn't plan that out ahead of time. And that's kind of one of those things where if you plan things ahead of time, you can get out those places and stay a week or 2 weeks, and you don't have any issues. But if you kind of like do things spur of the moment or off the cuff, then it's still fun, but you might be limited to staying in a place just for a few days, like especially because the weekends these places get filled out. So if you wait till the last moment to reserve a place, then you might only get 2 or 3 days out there, which make the most of it. That's what happened with us at Twin Falls, and we loved it. And we loved the whole time we spent in Idaho. But
the whole state.
They got the
whole state is incredible.
What is it? The moon, Craters of the Moon.
Craters of the Moon.
The southwestern corner of Idaho is called like Hell's Kitchen or Hell's Canyon or
Hell's Canyon.
Devil's Home Front. Or,
Hell's Canyon. And another fun fact: did you know that Hell's Canyon is deeper than the Grand Canyon?
Wait, fun fact. Deeper than the Grand Canyon. My brother actually went out to Hell's Canyon to. My brother's a bird dog trainer, and he took a trip out there to Hell's Canyon. He said it was amazing. So every part of Idaho is awesome. Get out there, the next chance you get, go see it. We loved it. We spent our last few days up there at Moyie Springs, and then we shot off and headed into Montana, heading towards Flathead Lake.
Yes.
And that's our next episode, Flathead Lake.
I can't wait for y'all to see that place.
So enjoy. Thank you again for watching, for visiting the channel. Please give us a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Give us the thumbs up, the like, and hit the little bell so you can get the little bell. The bell. Hit that little bell so you can get the notifications when we do our next videos, which we do new videos every Sunday at this point. I think we like Sundays. Sometimes
Sticky
we
with
throw in some
Sundays.
other videos, like how-to videos and things like that in the middle of the week. And if you don't want to miss those, you get that notification. But we appreciate the support. Thanks for watching us. Hope you enjoyed, and see you at Flathead Lake.
Flathead Lake. Another fun fact, Idaho state flag was the only state seal designed by a woman. And her name was Mrs. Emma Edwards Green.